Okay, so this is part 2 of our discussion on HTML forms. In this tutorial, we will be covering how to capture multiple form inputs. We'll be using also the following form, which is a text box, select or option, then text area to get input from the user and output it on the same page. So basically what will happen is that we will just be capturing whatever it is that we entered on our HTML forms and just output it on the same page. We will also be creating a simple backlink so that users can still go back after uh, they have entered the necessary details, or if they want to re-enter the necessary details. Again, this is just a tutorial on how to use multiple forms uh, on our PHP file. Okay, so let's now start our work. So we have your HTML. Head. Let's call this one as our address book. Now, much like what we did before, let's try to um, wrap it on our form tag. So form method post action. Since basically we only want it to be processed on the same page, so let's just try to type here the file name of our page. So this is exercise underscore 10.php. Okay, let's try to output this on our Firefox. Sorry. Okay, so we already have address book, but as you've noticed, there's no output yet on our page. Let's go back to our Notepad++. Label let's call this one as our last name. Then text last name. Okay, so this is for our gender. Then last, okay, let's try to put no, second to the last. I mean, we have your address. So this will be our text area. So text area name, columns would be, let's say, make it 20, rows, let's try to make it 8, try to put closing here, okay, and then our submit button, input type, submit name, sub no button submit, and then value. Okay, let's try to see what the output of this particular PHP file is. Firefox. More or less, we have the following. This is our output. Okay, let's go back. Now let me try to explain first. Okay, so this is our form. So we have your form method post. This is our action. This will be our receiving file. I think I've done this before, but just for the sake of discussion, let's try to rediscuss it all over again. So we have your label, which is your first name, input, type text. So again, I've added the prefix text, indicating this is actually a text box. Last name, text last name, label, gender. Okay, so let's try to change this one to cell, indicating that this is a select form, cell, gender. Okay, option, mail. Okay, we closed, then address, text. Okay, for the name again, try to put it here, address, okay, for column 20, rows 8, then button submit, and we have the value submit. Okay, now let's try to add our PHP form. Let's try to add it just inside our body tag. So we have here if set $_post. Maybe let's make it button submit. Okay, try to put it something like echo. Let's try to copy this part. Then we'll here gender. Select gender. Then last, we have our address for our text address. Okay. Let's try it out now. Let's go back to our Firefox. Call this one USA. Then try to click submit. Okay, so we have the following details. So first name, last name, gender, address. Okay, as what I've said, we are going to put submit button somewhere here, just below our address. Okay. Notepad++. Okay. Let's now go back to our Firefox. Send. Okay, so we already have here our back button. So if we were to click our back button, we'll be going back to our HTML form. Okay, so that's just how to create a simple multiple form entry PHP file. Now, if you find the content of this particular tutorial useful, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Thank you.